everyone, and welcome. Let's find a comfortable place to settle in. Close your eyes and breathe. Soften your shoulders and unclench your jaw. Allow yourself to simply exist in this moment. Tonight, we're leaving behind the busy roads, the endless notifications, and the constant rush of the outside world. Instead, we're traveling somewhere much quieter. Imagine a narrow dirt road winding through an ancient forest, their branches swaying gently in the cool breeze. The afternoon sun filters through the canopy, painting the path with patches of golden light. Your footsteps are slow. There is nowhere to hurry. The air smells of cedar, fresh earth, and rain that fell sometime earlier in the day. Tiny droplets still cling to the needles of the evergreens, sparkling whenever the sunlight catches them. As you continue walking, the sounds of civilization fade completely. No engines, no traffic, no distant sirens, only birdsong, the occasional rustle of leaves, and the soft whisper of the wind weaving through thousands of branches. Far ahead, hidden among the trees, you notice something. A small cabin. Smoke rises lazily from its stone chimney, disappearing into the pale blue sky. The windows glow warmly despite the daylight, inviting you closer. You follow the path until you arrive at the front porch. The wood creaks softly beneath your feet. An old rocking chair sits in one corner, beside a lantern that has seen many seasons. A pair of worn boots rest near the doorway, as though someone has just stepped inside. You reach for the brass handle. The door opens with the gentlest creak. Warmth greets you immediately. The comforting scent of burning firewood mixes with freshly brewed tea and the faint sweetness of vanilla. Inside, everything feels peaceful. A crackling fireplace flickers in the corner, casting dancing shadows across the walls made of hand-hewn logs. Shelves overflow with books whose pages have yellowed over time. A knitted blanket rests neatly across a large armchair. On a wooden table sits a steaming mug, waiting patiently. You close the door behind you. Instantly, the outside world disappears. Only silence remains. You walk across the old pine floorboards. Each step produces a soft creak that somehow adds to the comfort instead of disturbing it. The cabin feels alive in the gentlest way. It settles. It breathes. It welcomes you. You pick up the warm mug. Steam curls upward into the air. The aroma is calming. Perhaps chamomile with honey, or maybe a quiet herbal blend gathered from the surrounding forest. You take a slow sip. The warmth spreads through your hands first, then your chest, then your entire body. Outside the nearest window, birds hop between branches searching for seeds. A squirrel pauses atop a fence post before disappearing into the undergrowth. Everything moves slowly here, as though time itself has chosen to rest. You settle into the armchair beside the fire. The knitted blanket drapes comfortably over your lap. The flames rise and fall with quiet rhythm. Each crackle seems to carry away another thought, another worry, another piece of unnecessary noise. You simply watch. Orange embers glow beneath the logs. Occasionally, a tiny spark floats upward before fading into nothing. The warmth wraps around you like a gentle embrace. After some time, curiosity leads you outside again. The porch overlooks a small clearing surrounded by towering pines. Wild flowers bloom in scattered patches. Butterflies drift lazily from blossom to blossom. Nearby, a narrow trail disappears deeper into the woods. You decide to follow it. The forest floor is soft beneath your boots, cushioned by years of fallen needles and moss. Sunlight filters through the branches above, creating shifting patterns that dance across the ground. You hear a woodpecker tapping somewhere in the distance, then silence, then another tap. Further ahead, you discover a stream. Crystal clear water flows over smooth stones polished by countless seasons. You kneel beside it. The water is cool, refreshing. You dip your fingers into the current and watch ripples spread outward. Tiny fish dart beneath the surface. Dragonflies hover nearby with shimmering wings. The stream asks nothing of you. It simply flows, patiently, steadily. You sit upon a moss-covered rock and listen. Water moving over stone, wind moving through branches, leaves brushing against one another. Nature has composed a melody with no beginning and no end. After a while, you return to the cabin. The afternoon gradually melts into evening. Golden sunlight becomes amber. Amber becomes rose. Rose becomes lavender. Inside, you light several candles. Their gentle glow joins the fireplace, filling every corner with soft warmth. You wander through the rooms. A tiny kitchen with copper pots hanging overhead. A bedroom beneath the sloping roof where quilts are folded perfectly. A writing desk positioned beside a window looking into the forest. An old clock ticks quietly on the wall. Its rhythm is steady, comforting, never hurried. You open one of the books from the shelf. Inside, pressed between 2 pages, rests a dried fern from years ago. Its delicate shape has been perfectly preserved. You smile. Even forgotten things can remain beautiful. Outside, twilight settles completely. The first stars appear overhead. You step back onto the porch, carrying another warm cup of tea. The forest has changed. Crickets begin their evening chorus. An owl calls softly somewhere among the trees. Fireflies emerge one by one until the clearing sparkles with tiny floating lights. The air is cool now, fresh. You breathe deeply. The scent of pine seems even richer after sunset. Far above, the Milky Way stretches across the sky like a river of silver. Without city lights, every constellation shines brilliantly. You lean back in the rocking chair. Its gentle motion matches your breathing. Your body goes backward and forward along with the rocking chair. The cabin behind you creaks quietly as it settles for the night. The fireplace continues its patient crackling. Everything feels safe, protected, peaceful. Eventually, you decide to explore once more beneath the moonlight. A lantern lights your way. The narrow beam reveals soft patches of moss glowing pale beneath the trees. The stream reflects the stars above. Moonlight dances across its surface. You stop at a fallen log where mushrooms grow in neat little clusters. Some are ivory white, others deep amber. Tiny creatures move silently through the undergrowth. A rabbit pauses briefly before disappearing. The breeze carries the scent of damp earth and cedar. It brushes gently across your face. You continue until reaching a small hill overlooking the forest canopy. The trees stretch endlessly toward the horizon. Their tops sway together like waves on a green ocean. You sit quietly. No thoughts demand attention. No plans require making. Only this moment exists. The evening deepens. You decide to return to the warmth of the cabin. Inside, the fire has settled into glowing coals. You add another log. Flames awaken once more. Soft orange light flickers across the ceiling. You curl beneath a blanket. The chair seems perfectly shaped for rest. Rain begins unexpectedly. Tiny drops patter across the roof. Then more arrive. Soon, a gentle shower surrounds the cabin. The sound is hypnotic. Raindrops tapping wood. Water dripping from gutters. stars, leaves catching each drop before letting it fall. Somewhere nearby, thunder murmurs faintly but never grows harsh. Instead, it rolls gently across distant hills. The cabin feels even cozier now, safe against the weather. You close your eyes. The rain and fire create their own duet, tapping, crackling, whispering, breathing. Time passes unnoticed. When the rain finally stops, silence returns even deeper than before. Outside, everything glistens beneath moonlight. Each branch sparkles. Each blade of grass carries tiny diamonds of water. You step onto the porch one last time. The air after rain feels impossibly fresh. You hear only distant frogs near the stream. The owl calls again. Somewhere, a fox moves quietly through the darkness. The stars return one by one as clouds drift away. You look toward the cabin behind you. Its windows glow warmly against the surrounding forest. It stands patiently among the trees as though it has always belonged here. Perhaps it has. Perhaps it always will. You realize this place asks nothing from you except presence. No expectations. No deadlines. No judgments. Only quiet. Only stillness. Only peace. You return inside and climb the narrow wooden stairs to the loft bedroom. The quilt is soft. The pillow is cool. A small window above the bed frames the night sky. You leave the curtains open. Moonlight spills gently across the floor. You lie down. The mattress settles beneath you. The fire downstairs continues to glow faintly. Wind brushes softly against the cabin walls. The trees sway outside like silent guardians. You take one slow breath, then another. The day's walk through the woods replays gently in your memory. The stream, the butterflies, the porch, the tea, the rocking chair, the stars. Every detail becomes part of a peaceful tapestry woven into your thoughts. Sleep begins to arrive naturally, without effort, without urgency. The forest itself seems to whisper that everything is all right. Tomorrow the birds will sing again. The sunlight will return through the trees. The stream will continue flowing exactly as it always has. The cabin will still be waiting, its fireplace ready, its blanket folded, its porch overlooking the quiet clearing. And whenever you need to escape the noise of the world, you can return here. You can imagine opening that familiar wooden door, hearing the floorboards creak beneath your feet, feeling the warmth of the fire, watching embers drift upward into the chimney, listening to rain on the roof, watching fireflies dance beyond the windows, breathing in the scent of pine carried gently through the evening air. This little cabin hidden deep within the woods will always welcome you back. A place where time slows, where silence comforts instead of empties, where every breeze, every leaf, every flicker of light reminds you that peace can still be found. So rest here a little longer. Allow the forest to hold your worries. Allow the quiet to settle gently around you like the softest blanket. And as the stars continue their silent journey across the night sky, may you drift into a calm and restful sleep, knowing that somewhere, deep among the whispering pines, this cozy cabin remains, patiently waiting for your next visit.